Welcome to Tyson's History Chronicles, where the past shapes our present. I'm Tyson. Join me as we unpack the stories that made America.
Tonight we're talking about Noble Drew Ali, born Timothy Drew in 1886. In 1913, up in Newark, he started the Moorish Science Temple of America. He taught our people that we were Moors, Asiatics of Moroccan descent, and that through Islam we could reclaim the names and the dignity stolen by slavery.
But what happens when the past gets buried? Join me as we dig up the truths America tried to hide. Every February we hear the same names: Martin, Rosa, Frederick. But how often do you hear about Noble Drew Ali? Why don't they talk about him in school during Black History Month? This man built a movement, taught identity, economics, and community long before it was popular. He showed people how to stand up with dignity. Maybe his story feels too powerful.
My name is Noble Drew Ali. Born in North Carolina, I traveled this country with a message for my people. In Chicago, 1925, we built the Moorish Science Temple of America, teaching that we are not lost, only unaware of who we have always been. Our mission is to uplift fallen humanity.
In the 1920s, Noble Drew Ali was preaching a different type of revolution. With Moorish science, he blended Islamic, Christian, and Moorish ideas, calling people forward for self-improvement, hard work, and even communion. The noble prophet Drew Ali would travel city to city and state to state, learning more and more about different cultures and religions. During the studies of his heritage and lineage, he would learn about the Moors, a group of kings and queens who were conquerors from Africa who had traveled from land to land. Pre-Columbus, this gave him ideas that perhaps he was not brought here on a slave ship, but maybe his people were already here.
On the sun-bathed coasts of North Africa, a people set sail across desert and sea. They carried knowledge in gold-leafed books, traded in bustling markets, built cities of learning, and forged armies able to cross continents. Led by visionaries,
The Moors mapped the planet, guided by stars, mathematics, and their own audacity. Their ships carved across oceans modern history said they never knew. In libraries of sun-baked stone, they drew the curves of
Let's break down
continents.
how Moorish science laid the blueprint for Freemason practice. Start in Al-Andalus, arches, algebra, astronomy, manuscripts mapping the heavens with precise geometry. That same geometry shows up in the square and compass.
In the libraries of Al-Andalus, scholars mapped the cosmos with compass and ink. Their geometry flowed into stone, adorning palaces with patterns of infinite precision. Centuries later, across the sea, a brotherhood of builders and thinkers adopted those very shapes.
And that's how they came up with the symbols for the Masonic Temple. The noble Drew Ali studied Islamic, Christian, and Moorish beliefs, giving him a very versatile belief system. It wasn't uncommon to hear the noble Drew Ali taking parts from both books, the Holy Bible or the Holy Quran. He was able to take both belief systems and bring them together into one. The Holy Quran teaches a very profound story about a man named Muhammad, and this story captured Drew Ali's attention. And then you have this story in the Holy Bible about Jesus Christ, this profound Messiah sent to save the world. And this is how you get the noble prophet Drew Ali.
before the Nation of Islam ever held a meeting, Noble Drew Ali was already spreading a message of identity and uplift. Founder of the Moorish Science Temple in 1913, he urged African Americans to reclaim a sense of divine heritage and self-reliance.
The prophet was a noble man, earning him the name the noble prophet Drew Ali. He began to spread his gospel across the land.
In the heart of Chicago, Noble Drew Ali's message found fertile ground. Inside halls lit by colored glass and oil lamps, words of identity and uplift echoed like prayer. Among the listeners was a young laborer named Elijah Poole, a man searching for more than a wage.
Brothers and sisters, the world would have us forget who we are. But Moorish science teaches us that man is not a mere shadow in someone else's history. We are the makers of our own destiny. We are the sons and daughters of a great and noble nation. When you know the divine within.
Drew Ali encouraged people to return to their own identity and be proud of who they are, using names like Ali, El, and Bet.
He was Elijah Poole, until conviction made him Elijah Muhammad. Cassius Clay, lightning in the ring, became Muhammad Ali, a champion for more than titles. And Malcolm Little, restless under borrowed names, rose as Malcolm X.
quick fun fact for you. The Nation of Islam, it was actually started by a man named Wallace Fard Muhammad in Detroit back in 1930, not by Elijah Muhammad. Elijah stepped in after Fard disappeared in 34 and built the movement into what most folks know today.
We're looking at the final chapter in the life of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the man who founded the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's July of 1929. Chicago is buzzing with jazz, politics, and open tension inside the temple. Drew Ali is arrested, accused of being tied to a factional murder.
In the 1920s, Noble Drew Ali was building a movement that made headlines. He wore the turban, he spoke of self-determination, and then one night in Chicago, someone was killed outside a nightclub. Suddenly, the paper said the prophet was a suspect. We have no solid evidence that he had anything to do with that murder.
Mr. Ali, you're coming with us.
I have done nothing.
We'll let the judge decide.
Cell's ready. Get him in.
In you go, Prophet.
Les Drew, we've got you now.
The light. Burn it.
Conspiracy surrounds the death of the noble prophet Drew Ali. Some say it was pneumonia, some say it was tuberculosis. But a lot of people believe that he died because of the injuries he sustained during the arrest of the alleged murderer.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode of Tyson's History Chronicles, do me a favor and keep this thing going. You can drop a little love on Cash App at $Sharkin365 or on Venmo at the same handle. Every bit helps and I appreciate you for it.
Thank you for watching. See you next time here on Tyson's History Chronicles.